Hi there. I think I've done a few videos today, Um, this might be my limit. I normally don't do more than 3 videos in a day. But I wanted to do a video about Black Lives Matter, that the fact that it's been exposed as a cult, and this video is going to be called Expose Black Lives Matter as a Cult. And yes, it's been exposed as a cult. Obviously, it started off in America, and it came here. Now, it's well documented that Black Lives Matter is funded as well. I'm not going to say who, because it just makes me sound like a conspiracy theorist, but it's well documented that certain people back certain projects because of the agenda of the system. And Black Lives Matter is not about black. They don't care about black people. Right? They don't care about black people. What they care about, the system, is defunding the police, yes, so that you have to take in the military, so then you have martial law. And that's what this is all about, right? It's a way to get that done. That's the bigger picture. If you look at the bigger picture, and you look at things like people like David Icke said 30 years ago, that's what this is really about. Even the Sky Sports, people that work for Sky Sports removed their badges the other day. Black Lives Matter badges. I had someone on Twitter just now saying to me that, they obviously don't understand what the Black Lives Matter is. They're saying that they're talking about black people that have had discrimination and racism. And these people are in some kind of idea that they've had it worse than anyone else. We all face some sort of discrimination. Right? Gay people have faced for a long time discrimination. All different kinds of people for one reason or the other. It's not just racism that's the issue. It's all ignorance against whatever we are, because we're all unique. But that's not what Black Lives Matter is about. It's about violence. It's about intimidation. It's about submission. Right? It's all about artificial intelligence. That's where everything's going. And why do I bring that in? Well, because the plan is to have you linked with AI. This is what people from Google say. And that's the plan. It's called Agenda 2030. And the plan is to take down your history, so then the only reference point for history will be the internet. And the internet is censored. So that's the game, you see. And the Black Lives Matter is coming out as a cult now, because it's exposing itself, you see. Because what they are, I mean, I watch Tucker Carlson on Fox News, and he was exposing this for at the start. Yeah, he was exposing this at the start, and Fox News. I watch Fox News when I can. Obviously, living in Britain, it's not easy. I get stuff on YouTube, comes up for me. And I'll normally watch Tucker Carlson. I like Laura Ingraham as well. And those are the two I really stick to. But they're doing a great job there, which is strange for a mainstream news channel. But BBC News is like a completely different news, And people might think Black Lives Matter UK is different. No, it's the same thing. That's why they're doing the same things. Because it's the same cult. Right? I watched a video weeks ago of this woman in America, black woman, who was crying because they trashed the shop. This is what they're doing, right? And they're just cowards and bullies. An American family in St. Louis had to come up with a machine gun because they were threatening to kill them and their dog for no reason. See, the original Black Lives Matter was actually a peaceful situation, but then this, I don't know if you call it Antifa, or it's them that got involved and made it look like Black Lives Matter is this, and now it's turned into this cult. So the original Black Lives Matter was a good movement, and I just thought I would do a video on this because there's still some people who are a little bit ignorant, but it's nice to see that the people that work on Sky Sports are waking up to that, because I'm a football fan. I also like boxing and sport in general, and the Premier League in Britain has been promoting this Black Lives Matter, not realising what it was. And I said at the start of this, I said this is all going to turn bad, and it's been exposed more and more now. See, the people that are involved in this cult, they don't really know what it is. They think it's about black people, right? And they get involved in this idea that black people have had it worse than everybody else. We all suffer. We all come to life to learn, and we all suffer because you learn through suffering, right? But the thing is, we are not black, we are not white, we are all one. And that's why I bought a t-shirt, and the t-shirt says All Lives Matter. Because the name of the game for the system is divide and rule, right? But the thing is, we've gotten confused. We are not our bodies, right? Our bodies we use are just for the life experience. When the body dies, we go on to a different experience, different kind of body. But the system always tries to make it about race. You know, it was just a man kills another man, but they're making it about race, and people get sucked into it. That's what the system does. It plays a little game, and then everyone thinks it's... And, you know, and the guy that killed George Floyd is going to prison. So there's justice has been done, right? So there's no need for this over-the-top situation. But that the system and the media always makes it about race, when it's not always about race. Them two guys, the police officer and George Floyd, knew each other, right? So you don't know what problem he had with him, and it might not even been a race issue at all. Yeah, and this is just what the system does. It makes it about race, makes it about division. Because whilst you're fighting over division, you can't really see the bigger picture of what's really going on. You can't really see that what this is all about is getting these idiots to take down your statues, take down people from your past, so that in the future you've not got any reference point for your history. So you've got a bunch of idiots. You've got a society full of fools. Exactly what the system wants. The system doesn't want you being educated, you see. And this is what it's about. But it's being exposed now. This is documented now. Everyone's talking about it now, and it's coming out more and more now what this Black Lives Matter is. And the people that believed in this and thought it was about black people. I personally think there's a conspiracy against white people. But again, you're not white. I'm not white or black or you know, this is just my body. If whoever's listened to me now, I'm the same as you. We are one. But oneness defeats all discrimination and racism and division, but that's not what the system wants. The system wants division, not unity. And this Black Lives Matter is not about black people. It's about division. It's about the excuse to take in the military. That's what it's to do with. Why do you think it's funded by the people that want to make this new world order situation happen? Right? To make this new world order situation happen, they first must have an excuse to do that. You know, they need to have an excuse to bring in the army. You got no police? Great, okay, we have to take in the army now. And then you've got martial law. And this has been predicted, like I said earlier in the video, by people like David Icke 30 years ago. So, but no, the Black Lives Matter is being exposed for, you know, if you get offended when I say White Lives Matter, for example, they get offended when you say White Lives Matter. That's racist. As far as I know, that's racist. Right? That's racism. That is racism if you're offended when I say White Lives Matter. Right? I'm not offended at black people, but I've got a problem with Black Lives Matter because of what they've done. Not the original Black Lives Matter. That wasn't like that, but it got hijacked by these... by the system. Everything comes from the top. You know, the police were even caught on camera. They left a truck with bricks for the protesters to get. So everything comes from the top. The system just plays a game with us. And in the hope that we're so ignorant that we won't see what's the bigger picture. Because we're stuck, you know, whilst we're fighting about race, our skin colour, we're not seeing the bigger picture. You know, regarding discrimination, that's always, you know, my family are travelling people, my mum's side, gypsies. And, you know, they get made fun of when they're at school, you know, because they're travelling people. So it's not just black people that suffer. All different types of people, fat people. All different kinds of people are discriminated against for some reason or the other through ignorance. And this is a problem that we all face, not just black people. But this Black Lives Matter wants to make it look like it's just black people that suffer when it's not that at all. Discrimination is always happening. Yes, we must address this issue, but we must also see the bigger picture and what the game the system is actually playing. That is what we must do. And the fact that Black Lives Matter is coming out now as a cult, and we're all seeing that now, not many people are saying nice things about them. We're seeing that it's a cult, you know? It's not for our benefit, it's not to help black people. And you got to think, how did it get there in the first place? Well, like I say, everything comes from the top. That's you know, everything comes from the top. You think that was an accident, George Floyd being killed? Or do you think it was to trigger people? Right? You know, the people in charge of the world, the system, it knows about mind control, it knows about how to trigger us. You know, this is in psychology circles and even hypnosis people and people that know about brainwashing, that you can trigger people to go crazy. And this is what this has done. Killing George Floyd set off that trigger. Right? And the people did what they were programmed to do. But what we must do to defeat the system and its games, and we must look at the bigger picture and where this is going and where they're trying to take this. And where they're trying to take this is deleting your history. That's why Black Lives Matter exists, to defund the police and take away your history, so then they've got an excuse to bring in martial law. That's why Black Lives Matter exists. And yeah, it's been exposed now more and more that they're violent, they're racist, they get offended when you say White Lives Matter, they get offended when you say All Lives Matter. Right? We're all discriminated against and all lives matter, yes. And that's why I bought a t-shirt saying All Lives Matter. But I'm just going to leave it there. For latest updates, videos, please do visit my website at www.lovelightfamily.com. Thank you.